Hello guys, what's up? This is ScherBR talking. Welcome back to my channel. So we just got a new update after the maintenance of Valkyrie Anatomia, and this new update kind of adds the new PvP mode, and it's the latest new system that the Japanese version released. So we're kind of very similar to Japan right now. We are only missing the new UI system that they released there, but it's just a new UI, doesn't mean anything new. Just the new PvP is the last system that we were lacking. But first of all, on this video, I'll be talking about the event itself because I'm going to work on my freelance job that I talked to you guys on some past videos of mine. So Melody of the Captive has a second part, and the second part has this new character that's called Black Valkyrie. So it's very different. It's not exactly hers, guys. It's the Black Valkyrie that you face on the first game on Seraph Gate. And people misjudge by saying that it's hers, but it's actually probably just a shadow of Lenneth or a mirror of Lenneth, something like that. It's not exactly hers. That's why the name is called Black Valkyrie. And Black Valkyrie is a character that some people were expecting for, but is she really worth? Well, yes and no. That's a lot of things that you need to think before summoning for this character. And well, let's talk about this right now. She is not released alone. You can see here she's being released alongside Ethereal Queen and Halloween Ethereal, two characters that are perfectly fine, but they are far away from the damage of the Generation 3 can output. So Black Valkyrie is a character that comes with, you can see here, Fire and Lightning Dance, one of the worst type of party skills that we can get because it's a dual type dance. And looking at the status of this character, you can see that she's the first one that's not starred that gets the 3.5 gauge physical attack. It's very high because this character is actually released after Shakugan in Japan, so we're very close to the release characters on the Japanese version as well. We are actually only 5 months away from them now. I think this is average of that. So this character here is a little interesting, but at the same time, I don't know. I won't be summoning for her even if I had the gems. I will try to explain this why, because, well, the attacks of her are very similar to Lenneth, but enchanted. She is the lightning element. Yeah, lightning. We even call it Black Valkyrie. That's probably because they saw that they have way too many characters with the dark element, and they will keep releasing Kokuyus and Hearses, and they will always be dark. A lot of other characters are dark as well. So they decided to change her for lightning, maybe to try to make her appeal to lightning squads and try to replace a very beloved character that we have in the game, and it's called Leon. Well, Leon is a healer, and Black Valkyrie is one as well. But she's not... the first priority of this character is still damage, but she can heal as well. So we'll talk about this. You can see that she also has Nibilant Velocity with a special animation, very interesting, and she only has Impulse Break as a lightning elemental attack. So you really need a lightning elemental weapon for her. You can even use Knight Alicia one if you have her. More copies of than one. Maybe you can use this if you don't get lucky getting her weapon on her banner. Well, you can see, let's just check her passive skills. The first one greatly increases attack and damage dealt by lightning attacks. The same pattern, that's the best passive of a character has, and you have to raise it preferably to level 5. Second one increases all damage. This is like Omni, so it's an added multiplier on the end of her attack and get a chance to inflict ward break on normal attacks. Enemies are getting very high percentages of guard, but I still don't think this is that interesting to have. The most important thing here is increase damage of all attacks. And we have this last one called Orphaned, and it's the most depressing passive of her. That's in my opinion, because when her HP, the squad HP is between 80% and 50%, actually we are most of the time on around 80% HP, I think, but some strategies will require you to reach 100% if you're using healers. She is a healer, so, well, we will try to hold her healing back just to try to get to 80% or 15% HP to get this passive working. Well, she doesn't really need this passive active to make her a good damage dealer because Grand Ambition is already very strong. It's a Generation 3 passive that increases pretty high of her attack and damage dealt by lightning attacks. But this is also something that will increment her damage, and it's very hard because it will increase the lightning damage and critical hit hate. Hate is important to get more in critical hit hate because she is a critical healer. But like Leon, she doesn't have the critical hit passive, the normal one. She only has it when the HP is below 80% and between 50%. So what this means is this, that when a boss does AoE damage or some nuke attack, but it doesn't get you below 50%, because if you get it below 50%, it won't trigger, then you have more chances of healing back. That's the strategy. So this will only work after huge damage from the enemy. So this is why I don't like this all that much. But it works when it is needed, if you really need some healing back after the enemy just unleashed a nuke attack. And then we have View of Ignorance, is a limited skill, and from turn 3 or more she can deal increased action skill damage. It's 40% increase and can only be used for 1/3. I think it's 40% increase because all of the characters that have this is 40%. I'm not so sure if this is it, but I really think it is. And her enchanted skill, she comes imbued with lightning purify attack damage. It's the worst one, so you just have to replace this for another one that increases lightning action skill damage, like lightning AS burst. Well, and then we have to talk about her orb, because it's not the standard, is get her healing capabilities coming from her orb. So greatly increase on damage dealt by physical and lightning, and also heal on critical attacks. It's not saying that it increases attack, it's saying that it increases damage dealt by physical. So I'm not so sure if this is a problem with the description and translation, but I think it is. It's probably attack, lightning damage, and critical hits will heal if you have the orb. So this is a character that you have to go all in. You have to get the orb, or else she won't be the good character that you want. It's just different than Shakugan, and this is where we start talking about Shakugan. Shakugan banner is not active anymore, sadly, but Shakugan is way better than Black Valkyrie as a healer. That's because Black Valkyrie orb only heals 2% HP for each hit that she lands. 2% against up to 5% coming from Shakugan. Black Valkyrie has a lot of hits, but doesn't justify it won't ever reach Shakugan healing. It's just you can see that if you have a very high critical hit with Black Valkyrie, you will be performing closely to Leon, but Leon may still get the upper hand sometimes against Black Valkyrie, so she doesn't really replace Leon, but she will bring alongside her a lot of damage that will totally justify switching Leon for Black Valkyrie. So this is my opinion on Black Valkyrie. Should you summon for her? Well, not exactly if you really need a character that needs to be a good healer. You still have Shakugan in the future to get, and Shakugan is better than Black Valkyrie. If you're in need of a character that also deals lightning damage, maybe this can be for you. Okay, so we'll talk about the weapon now. We talked about the character. Maschiavro is her weapon. Now let's just talk about Divine Weapon traits. And when I see when Divine Weapon traits, guys, they are always doing that. The link is broken. It's giving the anti-descension banner. So let's just click on notice to check the correct information. And here, Melody of the Captive Part 2. I need to get the Melody of the Captive Part 2. Where it is? Yeah. Not even saying that it's Divine Weapon banner. So, well, they are always doing this type of things lately. So the weapon is just the status doesn't matter because all the weapons have the same status recently, but the physical quart hit with 25%, it's very standard as well. So it's colossal damage 3 times, and also has this increased damage dealt by normal lightning attacks by 10%. It's just like Kokuyu's weapon, and I don't think this is the best type of passive that you can get. So it's not exactly the best option to get it to LA, but if you have this weapon and it's easy for you, well, doesn't matter, it will be your best weapon for the character. So this is it. I don't think this is the best passive to have, but the weapon is colossal. We don't have that many colossal weapons in the game yet, so it's even better than the Knight Alicia weapon because it was not colossal when released it, and they still didn't fix it to be colossal. Yeah, that is it. So, well, the last thing that we need to talk about is how the things works now that we have 3 characters in the banner. So they will have to explain the drop rates and you can see that you can also get Black Valkyrie ticket. It's a support ticket, and the same thing works here. You need 10 tickets to get Black Valkyrie support. But how are the drops rates for Black Valkyrie? Well, with two characters in the middle of the banner, two characters that are old characters, well, I probably have 1.2% chances after step 3, just like most characters are having right now. Just like Belinos had. So let's check it out. Yeah, just like I said, it starts with 0.6% chances and goes up to 1.2% chances. So, well, I prefer summoning for Ethereal Queen. The new version of Ethereal Queen is better. So, in my opinion, she will keep being more useful because it's one of the best characters to inflict. One of the best? No, it's probably the best, but we also have Hell, but Hell doesn't have all the passives of the status inflictors. She can inflict a lot of the status, just like Blind, Curse, the most important ones, Poison and Freeze. And I don't know if she can Petrify, but Petrify doesn't matter because it don't land on special bosses, and even Paralyze as well. So, well, I still prefer to summon for the Structural Edge Isaria, okay? So now let's just talk a little fast about the event before I go to work, because I'm a little late. So, going here on Limited Adventures, let's just click on the event itself, check the exchange booth, and just talk about the exchange booth. I'll be making a video about the special bosses or all the things, the content, and let's just give a little look here and see if there's good things to check. Let's just remove the first part item. The second part item is this one, called it Strange Document, and we have quite a lot of good things here. Since let's just start by here. We have ways to exchange for the old currency. We have Yggdrasil branches, more Volosias, good scrolls. An orb, like I said, I always get the orb. Wamber, well, some things have less cost, like the Nameless Hero Memory is only 150, sometimes it's 200. So this is it, yeah. It's usually standard stuff, okay? So this is it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment. You will summon for Black Valkyrie. I don't know. I won't be summoning for her. I will skip her because we have way more characters to summon for in the future. So this is it. Thanks for watching. Bye.